All right, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Rise. I'm going to talk a little bit tonight about our programming, and then there'll be some time at the end to answer any questions you might have. We are Rise STEAM Academy. My name is Dr. Karma Barlow. I am the founder and I'll be the head of school of Rise, which means I'll be like the principal, the instructional leader for the school, and also the superintendent for the school in these first couple of years. I am excited about Rise and a longtime resident of Northeast Oklahoma City. I'm a parent of two children and I have worked in education for nearly 20 years. And in that time, I've learned a lot and got to be part of a lot of growth. And I wanted to see that kind of growth happen with students in my community, which is what led me to found Rise. The other people you see on the screen are part of our board. So we have a board of 7 members. Right now we have a couple of vacancies. And then you'll also see our director of operations, which is Lakeria Kelly, who's on the call with us. Everyone on our team has worked in education in some capacity or another. And we are all committed to making sure that students who attend Rise have a rigorous and excellent academic experience. Our mission is to help students develop STEAM knowledge and skills through exploratory opportunities that will prepare them for the 21st century careers. And our vision is to give students a safe place to do that, to take risks, to solve problems, to learn from one another, and by providing them hands-on curricular experiences and nurturing the whole student. So we want when students to leave Rise that they leave with a strong core of academic excellence, that they leave having STEAM knowledge and mindsets, and then that they also leave with a strong sense of community. So part of our desire around STEAM came from this statistic that 85% of the jobs that will exist in 2030 haven't been invented yet. And what that meant to us is that the way that we educate students needs to be different so that they're able to develop those sort of soft skills of 21st century learning that translate into a flexibility and adaptability in the changing world. And so we provide cross-curricular learning, everything from reading to math to music is connected to science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So that STEAM focus is integrated across all content areas. And we want students to be able to see how all of those things work together rather than focusing on them alone. Students also will experience hands-on learning at Rise. We believe that the best way for students to understand what they're learning is for them to experience what they're learning. And so we give them lots of opportunity to apply what they're learning in a variety of settings. One of those being monthly field trips. So they will take field trips once a month to experience whatever they're learning in the field. So if the theme for a particular unit is aviation, then they would take an aviation themed field trip, maybe to an airport or an airport repair center or a place where they build airport or airplane parts, different things like that. We also have a dramatic play lab that is set up each unit according to the school-wide theme. So if the school-wide theme is aviation, then the dramatic play lab would be set up like an airport. Students visit that lab every day with their class, and it gives them an opportunity to apply the things they're learning in that setting in a risk-free way that also gives them some authentic application. And then even our specials classes. So when you think about art, music, PE, those are generally elementary specials classes. Those classes will also be developed with a STEAM focus. So it might be coding through music, different things like that, so that they're able to see STEAM touching every aspect of their day. And those classes, teachers will plan with an expert, with a STEAM expert. So they'll work with someone from the field to plan those lessons. And then we believe in a really community driven approach. We want our students to understand the interconnectivity between the school and community. So having people from the community come in and having students go out into the community are big parts of our approach. And we recognize that the academic pieces are very important. We want all of our children to leave our school at or above grade level, but we also recognize they're people and they need to gain skill in being good people, and get practice in doing those things as well. And so we do have a curriculum focused on building good, strong citizens, on building up their social and emotional skill so that they're able to self-regulate, um, and advocate for the things that they need. So, what this looks like in action, our school day starts at 7:30 Tuesday through Friday. Mondays are late start. So school starts an hour later at 8:30 on Mondays, and we go until 4 every day. So school starts on Monday at 8:30, Tuesday through Friday, 7:30, and that starts with breakfast. And then we have our Rise and Shine, which is our school-wide morning meeting. So that's a time where students are able to shout one another out. They're able to remember our core values, and we make any announcements that we need to make for the day. And it's just getting them pumped for a day of learning. And then our students also have dramatic play. So they go to the dramatic play lab every day, and are able to apply skills there. They also have a block of personalized learning, which is an hour every day. And that allows students who are ahead to continue to push, and get push that they might not get if we're just focusing on grade level content in the classrooms. And then students who have some gaps or challenges, they get some additional support and really focused learning time on those particular gaps. So students have that hour of learning every day. And then they have specials. And like I said, our specials are also linked to STEAM. So it's not a typical PE, but it's PE through the lens of STEM. So thinking about that and thinking about like a lesson and how it would work. So we all know the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and our students may read that story in their reading block of instruction and think through questions that were aligned to making predictions. What do you think is going to happen next? And then at the end of that story and at the end of that discussion, students would then have to think about all the types of beds that were used by Goldilocks and then predict what would be the perfect bed for Goldilocks. And then they would work together in groups to design and build a bed that they think would be perfect for Goldilocks, and use a variety of materials to do that. We might have an expert come in to give them advice about engineering or building. They test the durability of each structure and present to the class. They make a chart of the outcomes of the tests and are able to compare those results using math until they have developed as a class the prototype of the perfect bed. And so that's really how a lesson at Rise is different, because students are doing still the work of that normal ELA lesson, but they're also seeing it through the lens of science and engineering and math as well. So at Rise, we recognize that this is village work. Getting students where they need to be takes a commitment from a large body of people. And so, as a school, we're committed to creating a welcoming environment for all students. We want our students to want to be at school. We want them to feel safe and free to take risks um, in their learning and in their pursuit of learning. So that's very important for us. We also are committed to making sure that all students leave us at or above grade level. So we want all of our students to be proficient or better in all content areas, reading, math, science, social studies, in all of those areas. We want to have open communication and strong relationships with families. We want our families to be able to know what's happening at the school, to feel comfortable telling us things that are happening at home that may be impacting school performance. We want our communication to be two-way, and we want our communication to be strong. And we're also committed to providing students with high quality teachers and high quality curriculum. And we intend to do that. That's built into so many of our structures. It's part of the reason why we have that late start on Mondays, so that we are able to allow students the opportunity, or allow teachers the opportunity, to work on the things they need to work on. What we ask our families to commit to as they become a part of RISE is making sure that your child maintains excellent attendance. Uh, Students have 10 days, excused or unexcused, that the state allows them to miss, and anything beyond that is considered chronic absenteeism. We also know that the work that we're doing as a school can't happen if students aren't in their seats. And so the first step to making sure that your child hits those academic goals is to make sure that they are at school every day, as long as they are able. And so that's one thing we ask our families to really commit to, is making sure their child attends every day. The other thing we ask is that our parents attend all 4 parent-teacher conferences throughout the year. That is a requirement of being a RISE parent. And those conferences are where you'll get an overall view of your child's progress. It's also where you'll find out what you can do to support any gaps they might have, what you can do to in the areas where they're above, and what you can do to continue to stretch them and grow them in those areas. And it's really a great way for parents and teachers to have that communication. And so we have those conferences 4 times a year, and we expect every parent to show up for those conferences. The third thing is making sure that you communicate openly with your child's teacher. We are a team, and we want you to be part of that team. We want you to feel good talking to the teacher about questions you might have, or things that come up with your child. We do require our teachers to be open to parent phone calls up till 8 p.m. each night. And so we want you to take advantage of that if you have questions or need assistance. And then the last one is providing your child assistance with homework. So students will have homework each night from RISE, because we are trying to close gaps and make dramatic progress, and they need that additional time. In the lower grades, especially, that homework requires some adult help. So generally, it's 20 minutes of reading, or being read to. And so they need you to lean in. And as a parent, I know that that can sometimes be difficult, but it is very critical to the success of your child. And so that's something that we ask all of our parents to commit to. So, the enrollment process. If you have already filled out an application through our website or a QR code, then you are all set. If you have not, our priority deadline ends February 21st. So, you'll want to apply before then. You can apply by scanning the QR code here, or visiting our website and going to admissions tab. And then you'll be taken to one app, a web page. You'll set up an account, and it's a fairly quick application process. There are no requirements for entry into Rise. We are a free public charter school, which means anyone can come. So there's no entrance criteria. Um, but we do have to conduct a lottery if we have more applications than we have seats available. And so that lottery would be held March 4th. And you would know by March 14th what the status of your child's enrollment is. So you would know if they've been accepted and have a seat, or if they've been put on the wait list. You would know that by March 14th. Um, and then we have a rolling lottery the 15th of every month through July, or until all seats are filled. So if you miss the deadline on the 21st, you can still apply, and on the 15th of the next month, we'll hold another lottery. Our classes we're opening with pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade. Our class sizes are about 20 students per class, with 2 classes for each grade level. And yeah, so that's our enrollment process. And then once you're notified on the 14th, you'll be asked to register, and then that's where you'll fill out a more detailed enrollment paperwork. And then you can follow us on our Facebook we're just Rise STEAM Academy on Facebook. You can also check our website. Any updates that we have will be posted there. Any questions you have after this that you think of, you can email risesteamacademy@gmail.com, and we will get back to you. We are located in Greater Mount Olive Church. We are going to lease space there on their campus. So we'll be at 1020 Northeast 42nd. Yeah. Do we have any questions? You can unmute or chat them in, whichever one works best for you.
Hi.
Hi.
Um, could you, I came in a little late. Could you show the schedule of what a day may look like again?
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, so this is a kindergarten daily schedule sample here. So on Mondays, they have the late start, so they come in an hour later on Monday. So from 8:30 to 8:50 is breakfast. And then